just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
Hello, good evening. It's Friday night in the Pacific, and if you're watching us, we are live here on PHLB Radio Facebook page. But before anything else, if you're watching us in the Pacific, good evening, everybody. This is it's kind of humid on a Friday night. But if you're watching us in the Philippines, magandang tanghali. It's 12 noon. And as always, I hope you had a wonderful lunch or having a wonderful lunch with your friends, family, significant others, and loved ones. And if you're watching us in different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And hello and happy viewing to our team Replay and, of course, our team Share. But before anything else, this is going to be an exciting, especially for our ladies, and also for some gentlemen that who are really into our special guest because of the expertise that is gonna bring to our show. And I think you heard about this makeup, this magician, if I may say so. And well, before anything else, we are live on different platforms, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Also, we are live on PHLB Radio Facebook page as well as PHLB Radio YouTube channel. So by now, I'm hoping that you are already a subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber yet, all you have to do is like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to be updated for all the shows, especially when we go live, you could just click on to that notification bell so you will be updated every time we're on. Also, if you're using Amazon Fire TV, just look for PHLB Radio channel. And if you're using one of those who are really wizard in a gadget gizmo, all you have and you're using Alexa, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play PHLB Radio. Nako, this is an exciting night. I think all our ladies can't wait. We have so many people already watching. Ako, eto na. Let's see. Our first honor for tonight is Sophie Sanchez Teves. Hi, Sophie. Advance 53rd wedding anniversary for you in June. And congratulations. 53 years is not a walk in the park. So we'll hopefully one of these days you could guest on the show and you could share to us the secrets of a long-lasting marriage. Jem Yu is watching. She is the owner of Jem Yu or Jem's Kitchenette. I'll show you some of the goodies next week. Some of the goodies, and as a matter of fact, I had a wonderful time with her bibingka the other day. Oh, I think it's basta. I'll show you. It's a Filipino thing. And then Ruby Rika or Rika, Rycka. Sabi niya, woohoo! Desi Santos watching us from the Philippines, from Quezon City. And of course, Gilda Cooper is watching us from Torrance, California. Hello, Gilda. Sabi ni Gilda said, happy glorious Friday. And Sophie said, thank God it's Friday, everyone. And of course, Jennifer Salvatore is watching. Hi, Jen. Hello to my favorite boy wonder, Sayden, and of course to Nelson. Mark Mabasa is watching. Oh, Mark Mabasa is the singer par excellence. It's the crooner and the debonair Mark Lapid Mabasa. Happy viewing sa inyo with all the Mabasa family as well as the Lapid family. So, and Flora Saison is watching. Flora is the wife of our owner, Johan Saison. So, happy viewing to everybody. But before anything else, without much further ado, before I introduce our special guest live from the Bay Area, and we're gonna pick his brain regarding how to be authentic, how to be you, how to be wearing our makeup and all that. So let's play our intro about this guy. And this is so awesome. So let's show the intro so we could know more about our special guest. And his name, of course, is none other than the international celebrity makeup artist Roy Santos.
Roy
Roy
Santos.
Santos.
Celebrity makeup artist based in California, USA. He was awarded the number one makeup artist by Fil-Am San Francisco for the year 2022 and 2023. Recently, he published his own book, Life in a Live Canvas. Let's all meet the go-to celebrity glam artist, Roy Santos!
I would say sometimes in life, you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation for yourself to grow. That's why I am who I am, because that's I aspire to inspire. So by traveling and having book tours, to meet people, to share my message and story to people, to have them feel inspired, feel empowered, I felt like at the end of the day, if they feel inspired, then I've done my job right. It's okay to feel sad. People should never feel alone. That's why I hope and pray that within my book, they'll find a friend. The one that they can rely on all the time. I can do it, so can they.
So without much further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am presenting to you our very special guest, Roy Santos. Hello,
Hi
Roy.
guys, kamusta po? Good evening United States and good afternoon Manila. Kamusta po lahat?
And hello, world, Roy.
Hello universe.
Roy, just to let everybody know, we showed the intro, but the information is a little bit old because Roy has been again voted as the number one makeup artist in the all of the Bay Area for the third year. So he was voted 3 years in a row, consecutive years, 2020, 2022, 23, and recently 2024. How does it feel to be voted consecutively? Parang it's all you.
Definitely it feels satisfying because I love what I do. I've been doing makeup for 12 years now, and to have that recognition, sobrang nakaka-overwhelm po, and I'm very thankful because I always tell people this magazine is not about myself. The win is not about myself. The win is for everyone who sees themselves within me. So I hope and pray that I get to inspire more people out there with my story. And just like the universe, everything is limitless.
I love that. That is so true. One of the things that I went through all your interviews and all your write-ups, and I like when you said the universe is limitless. And there's a lot of things that we will be talking about. And since you talk about the humble background that you came from, let's start with that. So your regionality, meaning where did you come from? What province in the Philippines are you from?
So I was born in Pasig po. And then my dad is from Mandaluyong and my mom is from Pasig. So we moved here when I was young. So we moved to San Francisco, which is San Mateo, California, when I was extremely young. So I pretty much grew up here in the Bay Area. But what I take pride of is my parents teaching me not to forget our native tongue. So when I was growing up, I would speak Tagalog in the house and then, of course, English sa labas, which I am very impressed and I'm very happy about because I never forgotten where I came from. And it's good to know Tagalog because when I come back to the Philippines, I can freely express myself. And I'm very happy with that I never forgotten the Tagalog within me because, of course, I'll be forever proud to be Pinoy. So kailangan syempre hindi natin makalimutan yung pagtatagalog.
And I think that's the beauty about what you just said. Because I think offline we were talking earlier, it is important that we know our humble beginning, we know where we came from, because as they said, diba, I think the national hero of the Philippines said, if you don't know how to look back, kung hindi mo alam kung saan ka nagmula, you're not able to reach your destination, hindi mo alam. And that's very, very important. And I like the way you said it because, and that's why I'm so glad that you are guesting here tonight as our special guest because you are one of the, I call you guys the new heroes of our generation because you are, in your own way, you are uplifting and raising the Filipino flag, the Philippine flag, and showing to the world that we are really world class, not only in entertainment, not only in other things, but even in the field that you're in, which is making people feel good about themselves, and I can't wait because I know there's some special that is happening next month, and we'll talk about that, and it's gonna be a full show tonight, and I know everybody's excited. But before we continue with Roy here, Ninita Marcos is watching from from Banay Banay, Laguna. Ate Nits, how are you? Come back home. We're waiting for you. Elena Lapid Salonga is the CEO and owner of Lapid Chicharon. And of course, as we all said, if it's Lapid Chicharon, wala nang sasarap pa sa Lapid Chicharon. They're always fresh, there's always crunchy at malutong, and really, really in different flavors. And one of these days, we'll show it again. Of course, they have the vinegar, they have may laman. And when they say may laman, talagang may laman. Let's see. We have another person here we'll be talking about in a minute. Jorge Gonzalez. See? Somebody's watching us now. Sabi niya, Roy Santos with love and with heart and emojis. So Jorge, I will be talking about in a minute. And then Jeneline de Chavez Antoque is watching us from Lilim, Laguna. And then there's more. Seda Rodriguez Ramos. Congratulations, Roy Santos. Yeah, so M. Dance or Ernie is watching us. Romeo Jr. of FEMIA is watching us from Doha, Qatar. Romeo of FEMIA is the father of Kiel and of course of Denise, and just doing amazing job as well in Doha, Qatar. There's part of Team Doha. So, hello, Kuya Josh. Hello, everybody. So yeah, before we continue with Roy, okay, ganito. So you were born in Pasig, but you migrated to the Bay Area, and then of course, then mom is from Pasig and dad is from Mandaluyong. You said, right?
Yes.
And then of course, how big is your family, Roy?
Sorry, what was it?
How big is your family? How many siblings do you have?
So I have my mom, my dad, my sister, and I have 2 dogs.
Okay,
Yeah.
before anything else, this is one surprise. Can we show a picture of the mother and the father of Roy? Yeah, let's see. Hopefully we capture that. We have that as a little surprise for you. Because I think one picture that I was so amazed and excited for us to show our audience is how proud of you how proud of them of you, basically, because when I was looking at it, you had your billboard in the Bay Area. That is so awesome.
Thank you.
Hopefully, let's show first the mother and the sister, and there's another one with mom and dad under the billboard. Okay, that's your mom and your sister. Okay, right, Roy? What's your mom's name?
Rosanna, but she goes by Tita Baby.
Hi, Tita Baby. How are you? And your sister, your only sister?
Danica.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Okay, I think your mom did an excellent job in raising you. So,
Thank you.
If you are given a chance to give a message to your mom, this is the time. What's your message to your mom? And can we show that picture again? So what's your message to your mom?
I would say that I have the best mom ever, and I'm very thankful that I have my mom. And I always say this, I've said this many times. If I were to pick on another lifetime who it will be my mom, it'll be her over and over again. Because growing up, I talked about this. My mom and my dad are very hardworking, and I'm returning the favor now kasi they, nung bata pa kami ng sister ko, they would work 2 to 3 jobs to make our lives easier. So seeing that how hardworking they are growing up, I have so much respect for them because in our family, it's always love and they showed us love all the time. And I'll be forever grateful, especially when I came out, walang kada. Talagang they took me open arms. Even my dad and my mom, they they hugged me and they said, they will accept me who I am because they love me dearly. And I'll be forever grateful with that. Kasi syempre, I love them to death. And then now growing up, like returning the favor to them. Kasi growing up, like what I mentioned, talagang super hardworking sila. And now it's my turn to return the favor kasi I love them a lot. And a lot of my who I am now represented from they are. And there will always be a part of me. So, and I'll always be thankful for that. So, with that being said, my
That's
message to my mom is I love you so much dearly. Thank you for seeing thank you for seeing something special within me, and thank you for being my cheerleader at all
and
times.
that's
Parang
beautiful.
naiyak naman
Now,
ako.
see, since you have a message for your mom, what's your message to your dad? Because you're being the only boy in the family, and like what you said, when you came out, you were with open arms accepted, and it was not really a difficult time for you compared to other people and other stories we heard. But yours is different, and I'm glad that we're showing this picture right now because this was a aha moment. Imagine you have your billboard and you have, and of course, and I know for a fact that you surprised them. So tell us about that and that
So,
incident, and at the same time, what your message to your dad.
yeah, so first, my message to my dad, I want to take this time to say thank you for accepting me from who I truly am and loving me and our family 100% and growing up, like, like always supporting me from what I need to do. And talagang hindi sila lahat kumukontra growing up. Talagang todo support sila from everything from what I do. So from this day on, I always have so much respect for my mom and dad because I've seen growing up how they love me and my sister. And to tell the story, it's so funny because the billboard, they didn't know that I have a billboard. So surprising it is such a tricky way because you wanted it to be the best surprise ever. So I just told my mom that we were just gonna eat out at the restaurant in San Francisco, and then she was like, okay, like and then I told them that I'm gonna get an interview there, just a quick interview, and then she was like, okay, because my parents are not showbiz, so they're very shy. So I'm the only one who's outspoken and out there. So, they're supporting me. So we went to San Francisco. And then when we got out, it was raining. I remember it so vividly. So I was like, you know what? Rain is always a blessing. So nothing's going to stop me. So, and then when we got out of San Francisco, when my mom got out of the car, I told her, just look up, and then I would never forget the priceless moment on her face, even until now. Like nakakataba ng puso kasi her face lit up. You could tell that she was really proud of me and my dad also. And then napaka-priceless yung talagang expression nila sa mukha nila when they saw because it's a huge billboard and there's three of them in San Francisco that time. So it was really good to be proud to be a Pinoy and to be like for me and talagang sobrang nakaka satisfying to see them because for me that's how I return the favor from what they did and what they sacrificed growing up. So talagang to see those smiles and to see those like expressions of face nila, it's just a priceless moment that whenever I am sad until now, like from time to time, I would think about that moment and it will bring a smile to my face.
It's like one of those that it will be imprinted not only in your mind but of course in your heart, and that's amazing, and I'm just the look on your dad's and your mom's face is just amazing. Before we continue, Desi Santos, hello, watching from Quezon City. Daisy Abadia is watching as well. Daisy is with Southwest Airlines. Oh my gosh, Daisy, we need to talk. There's so many things going on with Southwest
Oh, hi,
Airlines.
Ate Daisy.
And then we have Saida Rodriguez Ramos. Saida or
Hi,
Saida.
Ate
I'm proud
Saida.
of you, my friend, sabi niya. Of
Thank
course,
you.
Kuya Rex is watching us, one of our anchor person, a main person also here on PHLB Radio. Chloe Marie is watching us from Project 4 in Quezon City.
Oh, wow.
Kyla, I missed that. Hold on. Then there's one that says Kyla Celine Lopez
Uh-huh.
Saavedra. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Proud of
my
you,
cousin.
Kuya Roy Santos.
Hi, Rika.
Okay, and then Rosana Milar Barrera. Hi, Kuya Josh. Arise and Shine. Okay, another singer, a friend of ours from Doha, Qatar. She's a singing dentist. Bella Sebastian Nora, hello po. She said, "Hi, tell us where you're watching us from."
Hi,
Late
Saban.
ako. No, you're not late, Rosana. It's lunchtime dito sa Pinas. You're in Manila still. Love you, Roy, sabi ni Daisy. Bella Nora said, "Hi, Roy, proud ako sa iyo. We are so proud of him as well."
Thank
So,
you.
okay, before we continue with all the shout outs, because it's going so fast, Roy, you said a beautiful message to your mom and dad. Now, I'd like you to say a message also to your sister, Danica, because based on what I've heard in the past, when you were practicing all your makeup, your guinea pig, you said, or your guinea pigs rather, is your
Yeah.
mom and your sister. That is so cool. So I could imagine the output of that when you were testing all the makeups and all that. So let's show Danica's picture again. And what's your message to your only sister?
Oh, I love her to death. Like I'll be forever grateful to her. She's my sister and she's my best friend as well. Growing up, like what we mentioned before, they are my guinea pigs. So without them, I wouldn't be the sturdy makeup artist that I am because they would let me practice on them for hours for me to hone in to sharpen my skills with makeup. Because I always tell people with makeup, it's not just overnight. You have to sharpen your skills. You have to put your time. You have to put your effort to sharpen your skill as a makeup artist because there's so much trend evolving that you have to constantly challenge yourself to be the better makeup artist that you were yesterday. So without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So I'll be forever grateful to them to participating with my journey when it comes to being the makeup artist that I am right now. So love you guys.
So it just shows, Roy, family is love. Family is forever. Imagine they allow you to practice on them.
Yeah, no,
Just
honestly,
imagine.
like, sobra, lalo na nung COVID po, like when there's nothing to do, because I faced a little bit of challenges in COVID because we couldn't work, obviously. So I felt like there's a moment that I feel like I'm losing my touch with makeup because I didn't get a chance to go to work. So I would always stay home. Watching videos and doing someone is different. So that's when I told myself to practice more on myself and to them because we live together. So on COVID times, I made sure that I would practice on my mom, I would practice on my sister, different look because I don't want to forget that skills because that's my bread and butter. And I'm not going to let a pandemic defeat me. So I'm going to let that pandemic challenge me to be a better person. And I'm not going to stop because as a makeup artist, I am the bus driver for this bus. So I would always challenge myself to be the better version of myself every single day.
Wow. Okay, and hello to Katrina Poblete Salum, who she's watching from Doha. This is part of our team Doha, Qatar. And of course, she just came back. And congratulations on the graduation of Ayana. Ayana is another young lady who's lifting the Philippine flag in the UK. So she just graduated. She just got her MA, I think, in theater. We have more people watching us. Roy, you are such a popular guy.
Maraming
Abeliana Ronel is watching. Count me in. I will follow back, she said. And I think that's for you. Jerry Lopez, he said, "Hi, Josh. How are you? How are you as well?" Sabi ni Katrina Poblete says, "Good morning, world. Good morning, Kuya Josh Andowitt. And to your talented guest, Roy Santos, watching from, you're still in UK, Leeds, UK. Be careful there. And I hope you guys are watching the Olympics." And Casey Santos, who's Casey Santos? And then with a heart. One of the thing too that Maria Net Vergara Gonzalez just came in and says, congrats Roy Santos. Oh my
Hi,
God,
Ate
10,000. We have 20,000 people watching you
Wow.
now.
We're not in 40.
Yeah, let's do more. Jerry Lopez is watching
Yeah,
us from
share me
West Covina,
that, guys.
California. Hi, you guys. Anyways, one of the reasons that is so inspiring too with Roy is he did not become a makeup artist par excellence or the international celebrity makeup artist simply because of that. There is a history to that. And Roy, why did you take up makeup? What was the cause of that, and what was that seed that started it all? Because I like that story, and I'd like to hear it from you, so at least our audience would know the trials and tribulation you went through growing up. So go ahead, you tell us your story.
So when I was growing up, I had horrible cystic acne. Sobrang daming pimples talaga sa mukha ko. And it literally like messed up my confidence. There's times that I wouldn't look at the mirror because I was so self-conscious and I was getting bullied at school. And it's taking a toll on me. And then there's one time in Christmas, I would never forget this, before we had a Christmas break in my high school. I was eating at the lunchroom, and then there's this bully, which was my classmate, came in front of me and handed me a gift. And like as Filipinos, we give people benefit of the doubt. So I'm like, oh my god, I was so flattered. I'm thankful. And then when I open it up, it's clear. So it's a face wash medicated for acne. And then when I opened it, everyone started laughing. And I felt my world crushed that time. I felt so disappointed. I cried on the way home. And then that's when the seed started sprouting because I promised myself that I would do research to better my skin. I'm going to use the power of internet to research to how to better my skin. So with that being said, I went to the department store on my free time. I would ask the ladies from the Clinique counter or the Lancome counter questions about how to better my skin. And, lo and behold, they were telling me to use this, that, but they said the word makeup, which at first, like in 2004, that's like a Pandora box. That's super unknown, because not like now that everyone knows when you say makeup. Before, it's just like, a Pandora box that a lot of people don't know about. So the box opened when they said makeup. So the girls started teaching me and I started practicing. And like more and more, that's when my sister and my mom actually came to play because that's when I started, like, practicing with them and then making sure that like I get better and better, and they were very like patient. And next thing you know, I worked to Sephora. It's a beauty store, and that's when I honed in my skill. That's when my skill got better because I got exposed with different nationality, different skin tone. So that's why I worked there for 10 years. And then I'm very forever grateful with them. I'm not working for them anymore, but with them, I'll be thankful because I got exposed with, like with my skills there, and it got better and better. And that's how I first met my first celebrity.
Well, a lot of people are texting me privately. They said, "How bad was his skin before?" So let's show how bad it was.
Meron ba?
Indonesia, it was. You'll see the cystic acne. You'll see that right there.
Yeah, super. Talagang I've done so much, like, research, as you guys can see. Like, I'm thankful that my skin cleared up. And then, like, yeah, so that was extremely horrible. And as you guys see, like, that would affect my confidence because like I told you before, it kind of backs up my story that because of that, I have severely low self-esteem. Like, and then for the magic of makeup, like, like I got to learn how to conceal, perfect, and beautify.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, because like what I like about that story is you didn't let the bullying, you didn't let that bad experience kind of trampled your self esteem. You research, and I like that. I like the fact that, and it's so inspiring that some people, because they're being bullied and they have excuses not to do better in their lives, and then some really they take drugs, or they got into, they really kind of hurt themselves more than improved. In your case though, you use that problem, you use that challenge, and you try to better yourself, and look at you now from where you were before and now. I mean, that's why people say he can't be that bad. That's why I said no, I'm gonna show you for sure how bad the cystic acne was, and look at you now. It's so flawless. And
Thank
we have
you.
we have 85,000 people watching us live, so it's amazing,
Wow.
you guys. So we have who else? Rosana Miller Barrera, of course, our singing dentist. Iba talaga ang Pinoy. That is so true. Katrina Poblete Salom is giving you so many hearts and clap, clap, clap. Oh, we have a very special guest watching us as well. Madame Catherine Cruz is the wife of the current Los Angeles Consul General Adelio Cruz. Hello, sabi niya. Catherine Cruz said, hello, watching with you. So, mabuhay ang lahing kayumanggi. That's what Katrina Poblete says. Then Gilda, guys, you guys there's so many, I'm trying to catch as many. What's the best concealer? Because I have a birthmark on my right face and it's so prominent. Okay, we'll mention that later. Gilda, you're too fast. Rod Pagura, proud of you, Roy Santos. And people are still watching us. So you guys keep watching and there's more to come. But before we continue, look at Roy right now. He's beaming with joy and happiness, and there's a reason for that. This guy is so in love. And this is the time we're going to show the significant other of Roy Santos. Let's show the person making him smile, making him blush, and that's not other than Jorge Gonzalez. There you go. Hi, Jorge. I know you're watching earlier, so I hope, and I'm showing you the picture. So we gave a message to your mom, to your dad, and to your sister, Danica. What's your message to your significant other, Jorge, who's making you blush?
You know what? It's so funny. I don't know what I did, but I hit the jackpot because I met someone who truly sees the good in me. And, I never met anyone who, oh my God, I'm going to start crying. I've never met anyone who sees himself. If I'm down, he's going to be my cheerleader. And, I'll be forever grateful because I wouldn't have done it without him. And, talagang with my challenges in life, I would always can count on him. I'll be forever thankful because meeting someone like that who sees the best in you, even though you don't feel good about yourself, is amazing feeling. And as return, I would always be the best boyfriend that I am to him as well. And talagang nakaka-proud kasi talagang marami kaming similarities kasi he's Mexican and getting to know him, Mexican, Hispanic, and Filipinos were very Catholic based. So that's our bond. And like him, he's very family oriented as well, which I can relate to. And everyone can relate to because as Filipinos, we're all bonded by the hip. So with that being said, I am forever grateful to have met someone who sees the same values as me, who sees the same traditional as me. Kasi sometimes pag nagde-date ka ng ibang lahi, minsan pag hindi ka nag-click kasi hindi siya, kunyari, Catholic or hindi siya family-oriented, it will never work kasi at the end of the day, you date someone who you see some stuff within yourself, if that makes sense.
So your reflection. So have you introduced him to pancit and adobo and lumpia?
Sobrang dami po, and he started loving Filipino food because whenever I go back to the Philippines, I would take him with me. So talagang pati crispy pata. And what I like about him is he's go every time. Sobrang cowboy niya na kahit saan mo siya dalhin, hindi siya magrereklamo, and he would enjoy the moment kahit dali mo siya sa Divisoria, kahit dali mo siya kahit saan sa Mega Mall. And that's what I like about him because I feel like I am not shy to show him around and to show the beautiful side of the Philippines and the non-beautiful side of the Philippines, and game pa din siya. And he still he still loves the Philippines as much as I do. And sobrang nakaka-touch kasi talaga nung dinala ko siya sa Divisoria, it was a little bit, a different scenery, but he took it like a champ.
And what is your message for him now that you have described him technically? What's your message for Jorge?
My message for him is I love you so much dearly, and thank you so much for seeing something special within me, and thank you so much for being my number one cheerleader, and I love you so much, and you know that. Te amo.
So I would assume after 7 years, or now that you're on your 7 years of being together, you are a good Spanish speaker as well.
Muy poquito, pero I'm trying because there's a lot of Tagalog naman po that
That is
correlates
so
with
true.
Spanish. So in a way, katulad ng aparador or like, cabinet and stuff. So muy poquito, but I'm trying my best to broaden my Spanish a little bit more because we went to Mexico for my first time 2 months ago, and I loved it so much. I never thought that I would love it a lot because I see Philippines in Mexico when it comes to like the Catholic churches and everything and their belief. Talagang sobrang na fall in love ako, and I never expected it, and I was very thankful that I got to experience the beauty of Mexico or the core of it because we were there for a little bit of time.
Your boyfriend says Roy Santos, love you, baby. Oh,
Um,
how sweet! And then Rod Tagura said, proud of you, Roy Santos.
Hi, Tito Roy.
Devlin Brigino Simon says, salute to you, Roy Santos. We missed you. And then, of course, Mika Almira is watching. And then Bella, Sebastian, Nora, tama, nakakatuwa po si George or si Jorge. Luz Pamida Marasigan is watching us from Cavite, GMA Cavite. Hello, Kuya Josh. Hello, everybody. Hello, world. Roy, here we go. I know you just came back from I would say a 11th month tour of the Philippines, all over the place, guys. This guy is such a celebrity. He was in all networks in the Philippines. ABS-CBN, GMA, Net25, TV5. He's all on the radio station. So later we'll give you all the social media platforms that you could follow him. But it is so amazing because this guy put together, not only he's an international celebrity makeup artist and voted 3 times in a row, 3 years in a row, #1 makeup artist in the entire Bay Area. He is an author now as well, and he did his 11th month in the Philippines doing his, I would say, his tour of the Philippine Islands, and this is such an amazing book, and because it has so much encouragement in that book, and it is a life in live canvas, and we'll show that to you. And Roy, talk about this. What inspired you to write this book? What inspired you to publish this book and to do the book tour? So tell us. And while we show the book cover of your book, A Life in a Live Canvas.
That is my first baby. I have a second baby, which we're going to talk about later. But having that book said, that's my first baby. So the reason I wrote this book is I wanted to inspire people. I wanted to share my experience, how I turned pain into power and lessons from learnings to the experiences that I endured growing up, because I want that to be someone's friend, the one that would never leave them, so they would always feel that they won't feel alone. Because in life, I always tell people it's okay to be sad. It's normal, but you should never feel alone. So I hope and pray within my book, you can find a friend with all of the experience that I have endured growing up, sharing it with you guys. I hope and pray that it will encourage you to, to go through life like a karate kid. You got this, because if I got through it, so can you.
That is so amazing. Where can people buy this book? Is it out in Amazon?
Yes,
Is it
po.
out can we do it like a audiobooks?
Soon to audiobook, but you can actually purchase it on my website, roythemakeupartist.com, ROI, the makeup artist, or you can actually DM me. A lot of people have been DMing me on my Instagram because that's my business account to purchase a copy. And it's actually a good book. I'm not just saying this because I'm the author of it. I take a pride and joy because a lot of people don't know that besides an author, I am a poet. I love to create poems. That's my outlet to showcase how I'm feeling. So I actually shared 7 prized possession poets or poems growing up in that book. It's hard to narrow it down, but sharing those prized possession moments, that 7, will impact people's life, because I had readers message me how amazing and how heartfelt the poems were that I wrote down there. And it's good to hear those people. It's good to have an impact to people's lives. Like, because for me, I aspire to inspire. So hearing positive comments for the people who read my book, I'll be forever grateful to. A job well done.
And the good thing is, like you mentioned, it's your baby number one. Guys, just stay tuned. We will reveal and we will have a revelation of the baby number two. And I think ladies, even some gentlemen, will be so happy, especially people in show business, and especially for the ladies, because this is going to be so close to your heart. As well as if you have any questions on makeup tips, we will show that as well, and just keep those coming. And before we continue, because I am so amazed with all these comments, Yosh Lianio Rafanan is watching us as well from Los Angeles. Rose Serial, hello Kuya Josh, is watching us from Los Angeles as well. And of course, Madam Catherine Cruz says, good luck and more power to you. Nakaka-proud ka. Hands off to you, Roy. And of course, that's coming from the First Lady of Los Angeles, Consul General's office. And then people are giving you claps, heart, congratulations. Okay, now one of the things aside from your book is we're gonna show you. A lot of you are already texting me privately saying, can he show us what's the right way of applying makeup? Is it concealer first? Is it foundation first? I would not know, but Roy would. So before we continue, we will show you a VTR, or a video on where Roy was teaching us or teaching everybody how to do that. And of course, he's going to update that after we show this video. So ladies and some gentlemen, you, especially if you're into show business and you apply makeup, this is the right way of applying makeup. So you would know from beginning to end which one needs to go first. And then, of course, you could come up with all your questions. So without much further ado, let's roll the VTR on makeup tips on what comes first, which one you need to do first when you want to look so good like all of Roy's customer.
Hi everyone, I'm Roy, the makeup artist, and I'm an international celebrity makeup artist. So, ang tingin ko talaga ng important tips sa mga ganyan is knowing your skin type. Kasi makeup, you have to do it if you're oily, you have to stick to the formula. For if you're dry, Kasi pag pinag-ano nyo, magkaiba yung pinaka-effect or outcome. So it's really crucial for me to get to know your skin type so you can properly wear makeup and then it will look good kasi nakasang-ayon siya sa mismong skin. So, ang process natin for daily makeup, of course, wash your first step. Kasi putting on makeup on unwashed face can lead to breakouts and lahat. So, it's really important to wash your face and then moisturizer tapos primer. Tapos foundation na ang ayon sa skin type mo, whether you're oily or dry. Pagkatapos ng concealer, tapos blush, contour, tapos eyebrows, tapos lip gloss, tapos syempre setting mist or setting powder to set everything, lalo na sa Pilipinas ang init. So to make no hulas, you have to set and secure your makeup. Hi everyone, I'm Roy, the makeup artist, and I'm an
You see that? The hulas means it's wearing off. That's what it is. Because I know a lot of you, what's hulas? Hulas means yung parang because of the heat and all that. So before we continue, si Kuya G is watching us. Hi, Kuya G. Kuya G is one of the anchor person here also, and he has his own show. Si Jerry Lopez giving you Philippine flag all over the place. And then let's celebrate it soon. Sabi ni Saida Rodriguez Ramos, Josephine Santos giving you claps. And of course, Desi Santos is saying nag-echo. Hopefully, it's on your end, not on our end. Now, Roy, tell us what's the proper way, because we showed that on the video, but I think it went so fast. So how do you go to the process? Which one comes first? So I think I would like you, I'll give you the space now to tell us what's the proper sequencing of the way people should take care of their skin from cleansing to the end part.
So I always say, like when I teach classes, makeup is just your second thing. What important is like creating a sturdy skincare regimen because that's going to make it or break it. Because I hear people when I work like, oh, I buy the expensive foundation, it's $200 worth, but I don't see the difference. Why? And I said, do you have any regimen for your skin? And they said, no. So it's just kind of like, clashing, like it's like oil and water. So to break it down, I always say, always know your skin type, because that's going to give you an idea what to do or what to create as a regimen. So if you're oily, so if you see yourself getting oilier, so you stick with an oil-free formula, because that's going to not backfire on you. And if you're sensitive, there's formula out there that doesn't have any fragrance, which is suitable for your skin type. And dry skin, you would have to have something that is more richer. So like something that's more emollient. So your skin is not going to dry out. And the other one is combination, when you feel like your skin is oily on your T-zone and dry on your end. So if you have those skin types, you can actually research and then do the regimen according to your skin type. So when you get that done, you can move on to the makeup section. Again, it's going to correlate on your skin type. Using makeup specifically for your skin type is crucial. You're going to thank me later. So if you're oily skin, you're going to use something that is oil-free and suitable for oily skin people, which nowadays they would tell you on the brand, suitable for oily skin, or dry skin, suitable for dry skin. Because I feel like you need to align those, because maganda yung dapat ng makeup mo. Your skin is gonna glow. Your makeup is gonna lay better if you stick to your skin type. Because if you don't, it's gonna flake. It's gonna be all over the place. It's not gonna last, and you're not gonna be satisfied. So with that being said, knowing and taking the time to practice, because for me, it took me years to find my perfect shade of foundation. So taking practice, that I always tell people, practice makes perfect. So like nowadays, you can always exchange things that you don't like. So going to Ulta or going to Sephora, or if you're in Manila, going to Watson's, asking them, trying products, because at the end of the day, practice makes perfect. So if you narrow everything down according to your skin type, you're going to see yourself being satisfied when you put on your makeup, because it's not going to work against you. It's going to work with you.
Okay, now there's a question here on private question for you. It would be because a lot of people are saying the more expensive the makeup is, the better it is, or how does it work? Because they said, well, you know how with commercialism, when it comes to product, they said, well, if you're using a name brand that is like $100 compared to a drugstore purchase, how do you judge, being you are such an expert on makeup?
I would say, I would have to rebuttal that, thought that always that yung expensive, it's always the good thing. I wouldn't think so, because working in a beauty industry for almost a decade now, or more than a decade now, I've seen it all, I've tried it all. It always comes down to your formula of your skin, because I've used something that our drugstore, and I go it's my tried and trusted, and I have some high-end ones too that are my tried and trusted. So it's all about trying products, and what works for me, I always tell people, may not work for you. So it's always, at the end of the day, you trying it if it works for you, because your skin would tell you if it's going to work for you, whether it's expensive or not. So at the end of the day, I think it's your job to see and try it on, so you could tell that if it's going to be acclimate on your skin. So you can actually try on drugstore, and you can actually try on expensive one. See what works for you at the end of the day. That's it. If you buy a La Mer foundation for $300 and it doesn't work, then maybe it doesn't suit your skin type, because most La Mer products are good for dry skin. So if you're oily, I feel like it's not going to work for you. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, because that's a misnomer when people are saying the more expensive a product is,
No.
the better it is, and you just said that I mean, of course, it's not, it doesn't hold water. Sometimes it could be true. Sometimes, so it's a case to case basis, and that's good to know. And one of the things that I like that you mentioned in one of your interview as well in some write up, you said makeup should not change you, but reveal you who you truly are. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I always tell this to my client when I teach makeup. Kevin Aquan is one of my hero, and he's a legend with makeup. He said when he was alive, no matter how much of makeup you put, if you have an ugly heart, it kind of cancels it out. So I always like, no matter how ugly you are, like, so I always say that no amount of ugliness, you have to be a better person to feel good, to look good. So I always tell that to my client.
And
It
one of
cannot
the things,
mask any ugly personality, no matter how much you apply for makeup.
and then one of the thing too that you kind of adhere to is like there's no rules in when it comes to makeup, because sometimes they feel like okay, they have to do this, they have to do that. So you're one of the few people that I listen to that who had said no rules in makeup.
Yeah, because I feel like too with makeup, it's not just about colorful shadows or brushes. It's about evoking a story. It's about telling a story without even, it's about evoking emotion and telling a story without even saying a word. That's how I view makeup.
And then you even said to, in addition, you said less is more. Can you tell us why you said that? Because we've seen ladies, even with some men in show business, that you can barely recognize them anymore because too much on their face. So and then, but you adhere to that, like less is more, and I like that.
I would say the reason I said that is I want the beauty from in you to radiate from within. I don't want the makeup to mask you. I want the makeup to reveal who you truly are. We use makeup to enhance who we really are, not to mask around it. That's how I always view it. I use makeup to enhance me, not to change
That is so beautiful, and I like what you just mentioned, and of course that's one of the things that I was gonna ask you about. You said makeup is about telling a story without saying a word. That is so poetically beautiful, if I may say myself. So it's really, and I like that it's revealing the true person that you are, and of course it's a beauty from within. I mean, you could put so much makeup, but if you are hurting inside, that you have so much drama inside you, and that would show, and that's something that you mentioned in some of your interviews, and I would assume that was part of your book as well. Now, happy viewing to so more people. So Anthony Maniti or Tony Maniti is one of the member of Hagibis USA. You're too young for that, but Hagibis USA is back. So it's the Hagibis group. Then they're now based in Las Vegas, and they're gonna have a world tour. So happy viewing, Anthony Maniti, as well as to your lovely wife, Jomer Maniti. Okay. Now let's do this now. So we talk about your humble beginning, and we talk about your Sephora days. We talk about where you started, and people are calling me. I don't know why. Hold on. They know I'm live.
it.
Because instead of calling me, just text me. It's better that way because it's interrupt our. So sorry about that. So one of the things too that you mentioned is because of the makeup and all that. Now, what's the difference? Because people are texting me now. When it comes to makeup, though, is there a difference? Because like if you are, especially we have audience watching us from a tropical country like the Philippines, and you have the for climate a country like USA, and then of course you have the cold weather in Europe, and of course there's the Middle East. What's the difference between applying makeup in different continents? I mean, is there a difference? Because I know if you are in a foreign, say you are in the Philippines, it's humid, it's hot. I mean, I know a lot of people had complained, especially our showbiz people, friends. They're saying, well, we cannot use the heavy makeup that we are so used doing in the States because here in the Philippines, it's too hot. So let's hear it from an expert, Roy.
I've learned that the hard way. And when I was getting interviewed by CNN Philippines, I said hulas is real because I forgotten how hot and humid it is in the Philippines. That when I first got there last year, I tried my regimen that acclimated from this weather to there, which failed horribly. Like, like what you mentioned, like you have to make sure you use something appropriate for the weather. So when it comes to that being said, if you're in a drier climate, use a lot of like setting spray instead of powder because powder can make everything cakey, and that's gonna backfire on you if your skin after like wearing makeup looks cakey and heavy. But if you live in a humid, hot country, use a lot of powder because it's gonna absorb the oil. It's gonna make sure your makeup is gonna stay intact um, hours from now. So that's why it's always like what I mentioned, practice makes perfect. Because if you don't try those things, you never know how would we do it when it comes to that. So talagang practice makes perfect. And at the end of the day, like, like knowing and listening to your skin and experience would be like, like the beauty of it. Because at the end of the day, like, when I tried something and I failed horribly, I I listen, I remember those things so I don't have to repeat it over and over again. And you can apply that with makeup and in life. It's all about practice. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, and it's really like what you said. It's makeup is a trial and error.
Yeah. Like what I mentioned, there's no rules when it comes to makeup. Like by all means, try until you succeed. And I've been even I told you, like, like being voted as the number one makeup artist for 3 years, I still make mistakes like until now. I'm not perfect, and I'm glad I'm not perfect because I challenged myself every single day to be the best version of myself than I was than yesterday.
And that's always beautiful. It's always, guys, always remember that. You always strive on a day to day basis to be the best version of ourselves. We don't compare ourselves to other people, but you always try to be the best person that you were yesterday. Now, let's give credit where credit is due. Roy came into consciousness, and after so many years of being a makeup artist, the person really that he credits is the introduction to the celebrity world is a good friend of mine, si Peachy. Peachy is none
Oh,
other than Rupa May Quinto.
oh, I love her.
Of course, everybody knows her. So let's show that cover magazine that I believe Roy did for Peachy, and there's a couple more artists, and we'll show that one after the other. So you did Rupa May. Rupa May was your very first, and that's so
Yeah,
tell us. There you go. That's Rupa May Quinto, and that's kind of that what introduced you to the whole celebrity world, right?
definitely. I'll be forever grateful for her. She is such a nice person and I love her. You see, kung ano yung go niya in camera, gano'n din siya in real life. So, I mean, she always brings the fun out of people. And sobrang thankful ako sa kanya. And I'll be forever grateful for her because if it's not to her, I wouldn't be where I am. And of course, the photographer that shot her magazine, Vinny, I love him so much because of them. I've met so much good people and connection, and I wouldn't be where I am now if it's not for them. So talagang sobrang thankful ako sa kanila. And it just
You,
goes to
you know,
show talaga na,
she really has a beautiful, beautiful heart. That's Peachy.
yes, sobra. I know. I mean, beautiful inside and out.
Let's show some of the other front cover that he did for the other celebrities. I think, and I'll just mention them, and we could show them. Yeah, that's Jinky Pacquiao. You did Jinky as well.
Yes, po. Yes. Yeah, I was in her very first magazine in the United States. I got an honor to do her makeup. So I feel so honored because Jinky is so amazing. She's a nice person, and I was very thankful to have done that. It's such a good accomplishment to do.
And also, of course, not to mention also the late Sherry Hill.
Oh,
You did
yeah.
Cheryl cover. It's a beautiful cover. Hopefully, we could show that as well. And of course, she is the actress par excellence, and who would ever forget Cherie Hill? That's what she wants to be called. And of course, there's another one. Of course, dear to everybody here in Los Angeles, none other than, of course, the DJ, of course, Donita Rose. Who and it's
Yes,
Donita
Mama
Rose cover.
D.
And of course, there's more other people, and we'll show that later in the end cut. So we'll that's why this guy. Now, there's a question for you. He is so interesting. He's so talented. Is he expensive?
Hindi naman. Fresh yung kaibigan.
And then they're asking, can you travel to LA as well?
Oh, I go to LA all the time. I have good friends there. Hi, Mama Bani. Yeah, she's from LA, so I always travel there. I love LA, to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Disneyland, so when I travel there, I'm gonna announce it on Instagram or Facebook. I would love to meet you guys. I love meeting all of my supporters, and I like to hug them. And yeah, so
I think one of the thing too that what I would suggest, being that the expert and the international celebrity makeup artist that you are, I think when you travel now, say to LA, do a master class. I think a lot of people would like
yes.
that. Do a master class on how to properly apply makeup, because makeup, it's a canvas, like what you said in your book. It's a live canvas, and it's very important, especially you have the expertise, and I know a lot of people would like to enroll in that. I mean, not, a face to face, and maybe something to think about. That's another venture. Not only you're an author, not only you write poetry, not only you're an expert, now you could be a teacher as well.
Yeah, I actually have gotten the opportunity to do that in the Philippines. Aramina was one of my muse when I hosted a beauty delegate contestant because we had a master class in Quezon City po, and then she was my muse. I got to teach makeup with her beautiful face, and then we have 20 beauty contestant delegates that would listen and then got some tips and tricks from me. And it was such a humbling experience. And meeting her, she's such an amazing person. She was beautiful inside and out. And I love teaching. And I feel like that's like with makeup, I love to share all my experience to people because when you're not with me, I want you to remember what I taught you. So,
And we're looking forward to that masterclass one of these days, especially
yeah.
from different parts of not only in LA but different states. That could be an advocacy of yours. Now, question. Well, you mentioned about Facebook. You mentioned, so let's talk about the social media platforms that they could follow you. And I know you have a page as well, and this is the time that what's your Facebook page that people can follow you and could add you as a friend, so they could ask you and bombard you with some questions when it comes to cosmetics and when it comes to makeup.
Yeah, of course. So Instagram, it's Roy the Makeup Artist. It's ROI the Makeup Artist. And in Facebook is Roy Santos. So ROI Santos. But I'm always in Instagram because like what I mentioned to you guys, that's my business page. So you guys can always message me there. I answered at the best of my capabilities as fast as I could. But yeah, so you guys can find me there in Facebook too. I have a page which is Roy the Makeup Artist. But yeah, again, feel free to always bombard me with questions. I love answering them. And yeah, what am I here for?
Roy,
I'm always here
there's
for
a
you.
question. Can he speak Tagalog as well? So para pag nagtanong po kami, pwede po in Tagalog kasi
Oh,
English speaking po yata siya.
hindi, we can always do Tagalog or English, like, you know.
And we got to remember the guy was born in Pasig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
versatile. So I could speak Tagalog and English. So yeah,
and un poquito Spanish because
yeah,
of
muy
Jorge.
yeah.
Okay, before we go to your second baby, nako, sabi niya, Daisy Abadia said, nice, I love that idea. A masterclass for makeup appreciation, for sure.
Ooh.
Teka, Gilda, what was your question earlier? Please resend it because I don't have it earlier.
I think he was asking about concealer to hide something, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I have a photographic memory. So
Yeah. Good.
concealer, yeah, I like Dermablend concealer. They're amazing because they're the most natural, but yet it will cover. They sell it in Ulta. It's called Dermablend. They're amazing. They're meant for like, scars. They're meant for like hyperpigmentation, discoloration. I think it's called CC Camouflage by Dermablend. And they have array of color. And I always tell people to go to your local Ulta store to get matched, because I always tell people don't believe what you see online, because a lot of times it's not really what it seems. So it's always good to try it on person. I always try it on person because I bought so many makeup online that I kind of like would gauge that, oh, that's how I look. And then when I received it in person, it's like a polar opposite.
So what was that? What was the name again? Because it went so fast.
It's called Dermablend. It's by Ulta. You can buy it in Ulta. Dermablend is the makeup brand, and they're amazing when it comes to camouflaging imperfections.
Okay. Now, what about brands? Do you adhere to one brand? Because there's a question here. Is it safe to mix match all different brands? Because I think what this person is saying is some of the ladies, they're using straight, say, La Mer product, Lancome, or just same line, or what's the other one? For example, a Shiseido line. Is it
Okay.
okay? Is it safe to mismatch? Like you have one brand for one thing, or is it better to just stick to one brand? What's your take on that one?
I actually like to mix and match. I'm the type of person that I don't really stick to one brand because I like to give brands a chance. If you look in my makeup kit, it's brands from every single brand and all my tried and trusted. I'm not the type of guy who would stick to just a brand because so much nowadays with all of the beauty, like industry, beauty movement, they offer so much diversity, inclusivity. So it's always good to not get married in one brand. Always try to venture out because you'll be surprised because a lot of times when you mix and match, it's actually much better than sticking to an old brand, just one brand.
Now, another question. Oh my God, people are like, we're doing a master class here.
Correct.
Roy, Master Roy, they said. Master Roy, they're asking, like, makeup should be changed as you age.
Sorry, what was the
Meaning, I
question?
guess what this person is saying is like, if the brand, if you're using, say, just for example, if you're saying Clinique growing up, should you stick with that or should you change as you age?
Ooh,
Is there such thing as a makeup for mature people?
there's something that's makeup for your skin type. Age is nothing but a number, but it always comes down to skin types because as we grow older, our skin gets drier. So to piggyback off of what I've been educating you guys is listening to your skin type. So like as we age, we tend to get drier. So choosing makeup specifically for dry skin, whether you're 40, whether you're 50, is a crucial thing to do because it's gonna not backfire on you. It's actually gonna work with you, not against you. So it always comes down to knowing your skin type rather than your age, if that makes sense.
Okay. Now, one more question before we introduce the baby, the newest baby that's going to be
The
launched
second bit, yeah.
August 17th. One question is on the makeup brushes. Should you keep one or should you have all these? What is best? Is it the camel hair, the human hair? I have no idea what this question is about. Roy, tell me.
That's actually a good question. Oh my God, whoever came up with that should get a brownie points for me because it literally is crucial. Like getting makeup brushes, it's so crucial. So, okay, so liquid foundation, you should get synthetic brushes. Why? Because synthetic is not going to soak a lot of your product. You will find yourself you're going to get the bang for your buck because the moment you use natural bristle on liquid foundation, it will soak it up and you'll find yourself pumping and pumping more product. And next thing you know, like the bottle's gone. So that's really good. So synthetic is good for liquid, and then powder is good for natural hair brushes. Why? Because with
Ah,
natural brushes, bristles, it's not going to dig through any eyeshadow powder. It's not going to create a hole right away, and it's going to blend better. So when powder, it's always good to get natural bristles. So liquid is synthetic, and then natural is for powder.
that's good to know. You guys,
Yeah.
you got it. Now, how many times should you change your brushes, and how do you clean to make sure that there's no bacteria on those brushes?
It's so funny because I'm such an old school guy when it comes to taking care of my brushes. I'm super germophobic. So I wash them every week with actually stuff that you can find in your kitchen. A lot of people do not know that. You don't have to buy those expensive makeup brush cleaner. Like for me, that could work, but if you want to save money, you could actually use half olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil, and half dish soap, like, and then if you combine them both, I'll tell you why. The dish soap will get all of the bacteria out, and the olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil, will condition your brushes. So when you swirl them together, you're doing two in one. A lot of people don't know that. I'm glad you asked, because that's what I do on my brushes once a week. And after that, you could see that your brushes are not shedding and your brushes are more softer because of the combination of the dish soap and then the olive oil.
Oh,
Yeah, it's actually good. That's what I do. And we have it in our kitchen. So whenever I do it, I would just get a bowl, and then I would just, like, swirl them together like half and half, and you will find yourself, like, like your brush is going to thank you because it's not going to shed and it's not going to be too harsh, which is really good.
wow. Okay, Connie Asuncion is watching from Project 4. He said, hello, Roy, you're so cute.
Thank you.
Jerry
Thank you,
Lopez
Con.
says, congratulations, Roy, and giving you heart, flags, and more prayers. Gilda is so happy. That was a good question. Acel Ortega is watching us from Las Vegas, Nevada. Watching from Hagibis, USA. Acel is the wife, the lovely wife of Joel Ortega, who is one of the original members of. Emma Consul is watching us from Carson, California. Hi, Emma. Everybody's appreciative that it's good to know about the brushes. Now, one question, follow-up question: what about sponges? How do you wash sponge, and do you use sponge for different makeup?
The same technique you can actually clean your sponge is the same technique that what I do with the olive oil and then the dish soap. So you could use it. For me, like what I mentioned, I'm a germophobic. So when I use sponges, I would wash it the same day because I don't want bacteria to harbor in the sponge. Same as your brushes. A lot of people don't clean their brushes weekly, and they complain that they're breaking out. And when I asked them, "Do you clean your brushes?" and most of them, they would say no, and I said, "That's your answer." Yeah, so it's just always crucial to be very sanitary when it comes to cleaning your brushes, because a lot of brushes nowadays are expensive, so it's like your one of your prized possessions, so you take care of them as well. And to answer your question, sponges are good for people who want a lighter coverage, because in brushes, when it comes to liquid foundation, if you want more fuller coverage, then you opt in on synthetic brushes. But if you want something natural, if you want something that is very light, then you use a damp beauty blender and you wring it out. It's You don't use it soaked, like soaking. You just rim it out, damp, and then go to town with it.
Roy, what question? This was sent to me through text. When it comes to, like, when you have your makeup, there's a question whether something to do with setting. Like after you do the makeup, there's a spray and a setting thing. What is that about? Can you please tell us?
Yeah, for sure. So there's two things. So if you live in the Philippines, I would do both. I would set with the powder and then set with a setting spray, because you don't want your hard work to be all over the place. Like you want your makeup to be secure. You don't want to keep touching up during the day. So I want to make sure, like, to tell people that if you live in a humid country, you should do both setting and spraying and putting powder because it's gonna lock everything so you don't really see yourself like like having your makeup break down because of the heat, because of the humidity. But if you live in a drier, like here, sometimes when it's cold, if you're dry, you could just opt in a setting spray to lock everything in. But if you're oily like me, I do a powder to make sure that I set the makeup and absorb excess oil.
Wow. Okay, now it's the time. You guys continue sending me the questions, and hopefully Roy would be able and generous to give you all the answers. Oh, before I introduce the second baby of Roy, and I'm excited for him, and we have some materials for that too. And I know you guys are dying with waiting for bated breath on this one. Question: they said, is it a fact or myth? MAC is the best makeup brand for Asian skin. I guess MAC
Um,
Cosmetics.
I would say with being 2024, I would refuse to say yes because there's so much brand nowadays that work for Asian skin tone, and I like to highlight Filipino brands that are actually paving the way. Because when I was in the Philippines, I was so impressed with a lot of small business and big business like Ever Bilena, Vice Cosmetics, like Ann Cortez's cosmetic line that they are catering for Asian skin tone. And I'm so happy that I got to try it. And to answer your question, I would say no, like with the 2024 year now, there's a lot more cosmetic brands out there that would cater more for Asian skin tone or would cater for other ethnicities. So I would say, like, try other ones. And if you live in the Philippines, there's a lot of brands nowadays that are amazing when it comes to makeup company. And I'm very impressed.
Oh my God, Roy, I'm bombarded with so many questions. What's the difference, Roy? What's your expertise or your take on BB cream versus CC cream? I didn't even know there's a CC cream.
BB cream is really good if you're breaking out because it's called blemish balm. So if you find yourself that you're breaking out, that's a good coverage to put on your skin to cure your acne and to conceal your acne. So CC cream, on the other hand, it's called color correcting. So that means those are for the people who would like to conceal dark spots, who would like to conceal like anything that's more of the blue undertone of the scars that your pimple left. So there's a huge difference between two of them. So if you are acne prone, then you use BB cream, which is the blemish balm. If you want to conceal like your dark spots, you could use CC cream, which is stands for color correcting cream.
Oh, now we know. Okay, Lina Sugalan Absibi is watching us from Quezon City. Hello, Lina. And then, of course, Connie Asuncion said, I like your hair, Sir Roy.
Thank you. It's from Mexico. When I went to Mexico, I was so thankful to go to the salon who actually did this red, and I I love it as well. It works with my skin tone. So thank you so much.
And Hazel Velasco is watching. Hazel is one of the premier singer here in Los Angeles. Very lovely ladies with a wonderful, sultry voice. So that's Hazel. Yeah, hopefully you got to. I guested her already. She's really amazing singer. Now without and this is what people are like. What is the second baby? What is the second? Well, we already know he has a book, a life in a live canvas, and then of course that's already out. You could go to his website and you could go. Is it also available in Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, it's in either Amazon or you could go to his website, which is roythemakeupartist.com, right?
Yeah.
See, I can memorize it now too. So you could get that book, and of course there's some poetry in there, and of course there's some. He tells about how he became the person he is today, and it's very encouraging. It's one of those. Now they're asking, is it paper bound or is it hardbound?
Paper.
Paper. Okay. And do we know how much it is selling?
Yes, it's 19.99, so it's worth it though. Like honestly though, like what you said, there's a lot of like like experiences there that you can apply in your daily lives, and it's a good autobiography book, and it's a heartfelt autobiography book that I'll be forever grateful that I made. And yeah,
And imagine if it's $19 and it's just like 2 cups of Starbucks.
yeah.
And you get a wealth of knowledge and all these nuggets of wisdom from Roy Santos. Now we know about his dogs. We know about his significant other Jorge. Now let's unveil which gonna be launching if Roy has not changed the date yet. I believe it's gonna be August 17. Am I correct?
Right.
It's gonna be unveiling this second baby of Roy Santos. Roy, do the honors. What is this second baby?
I
And
actually
we have okay, and we have oh yeah okay, and we have we have films also, and we have pictures.
yeah.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
you guys, I work hard for this, and I'm launching my cosmetic line coming soon. We're starting with liquid lipsticks. It's amazing, and I'll tell you more about it. It's a year and a half of making. So like I'm glad that everything is all worth it. All the sleepless nights, I'm forever thankful for my team to help me with this makeup line, which I take a pride and joy. As you guys can know, I work in the beauty industry for 12 years now, and applying all the knowledges that I've learned throughout the years to all of this liquid lipstick to hopefully pave the way so you can find your like ideal match of lipstick. It's a life changing, and I'll be forever grateful, and it's a dream come true for me.
So it's a liquid lipstick. That's your
Yeah.
first cosmetic line. And what's the name again, Roy?
So it's called Roy Cosmetic. It stands for Revealing Our Inner Beauty. So our motto in Roy Cosmetic is progression over perfection, because perfection should not exist.
Wow. So it's R period O period I period. How can you forget that?
Revealing our inner beauty.
Revealing your inner beauty. Ah, so it is stay on. Oh, here Gilda Cooper said, "Is it stay on? So even after eating, you still have color on your lips."
Definitely. It's so funny because I worked on this for a year and a half, and I remember so vividly that I would send all like the lab sample back with thorough explanation, because I'm very picky. Because if this is my pride and joy, I want to make sure to present a non-lackluster product to you guys. Like, I want to make sure that it stays on. I want to make sure that you don't taste anything. I want to make sure that it doesn't have that sandpaper feel. So like I take all of the consideration that I felt as a makeup artist, and of course as a client as well, because at the end of the day, I'm a consumer as well. So listening to the people's feedback made me or led me to create this cosmetic line, because the reason I created this makeup line is the frustration that I had in the beauty industry, because I know we're leading to the right direction, and I commend that. But I feel like as a consumer and a makeup artist, there's still something missing in the beauty community. And I hope and pray that within my cosmetic line, it'll pave the way. Because a lot of people don't know, before I would mix 3 to 4 shades of lipstick to find my ideal shade. But I don't have to do that anymore, because I made sure that with this 5 shade, it will cater to every skin tone, to make sure that it will cater to you, to him, and to everyone. Because there's different undertones that a lot of people do not know. So there's olive undertone, which I fell into, which is the unique shade. That means that you have yellow and neutral into your skin. So there's cool undertone, when there's people find that they're pinky or red under skin. And there's warm undertone, there's a lot of yellow in our skin. Most of our Asian skin tone fall in that category. And there's another skin tone that's called neutral, which means you have both. You have pink and yellow. So with that being said, I made sure that every skin tone will get flattering when it comes to those shades. So talagang tines ko siya sa lahat ng mga tao with different ethnicity, with different background, and get their feedback. Kasi syempre, you don't want to mix 3 to 4 shade to find your ideal shade. You just want to put it and then good to go.
Okay, Roy, let's show the different shades. I think we have a picture of that, and
Yeah.
we did. Hopefully, we you captured that as well. That picture. There's 5 shades of this right there. Yeah, talk about that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades
There
of liquid lipstick that Roy will be introducing August 17.
And as you guys can see, like I want to introduce something that has never been done before. When I was creating this makeup line, I was telling my team that I want to come out with something that you haven't seen before. As you guys can see, like the packaging is very eye-catching. It's very unique because that's what it's going to remember you. Like, when you pull out something that's has never a lot of people has never been seen before. And if you guys see on my liquid lipstick, there's different affirmation on each different shade. Because I'm a true believer of affirmation. So when I was creating this brand, I wanted to make sure to put affirmation on outside of the lipstick. So my idea of it is I want people to look at the affirmation before putting on lipstick to remind themselves that they are worthy, they're beautiful, they're confident. So hopefully when they put it on, they can get ready to take on the world and they can hopefully turn a bad day into a good day.
Now I have a question. Gilda Cooper said, "Is it glossy or is it matte?"
It's matte. It's very long lasting, and I made sure that when you eat, it still has something in there. And I want to make sure that it's vegan, cruelty free, and all that good stuff. And there's no parabens to it. There's no harmful ingredients. Because as I mentioned to you guys, working on a beauty industry, I kind of am very knowledgeable when it comes to what to put on liquid lipstick. So applying to that in this project is such a dream come true. And I hope you guys like it as much as I do.
And then Roy will show the audience and our listeners and the viewers rather, and of course our team replay. Let's show the packaging that it will come. It's so beautifully packaged. I think
Thank
we have a
you.
picture of that too. It's and while we're looking for that picture that we're gonna show on air, the packages of that. How much does it cost? And I know
It,
it's gonna be launched on the 17th. And
yeah.
the question is, how much would it cost? And can you buy it in a set? And then
Oh, that's
thirdly, where can we buy them?
Ooh, okay. So it will be available on August 17th on my Instagram. A lot of people are pre-ordering it right now. So it'll be available there and soon on my website. And then it's going to be $19, and which is pretty much affordable. I want to make sure that it's still affordable, but it still would do its job. And it's amazing. And I promise you guys would love it.
Okay, but are you gonna be having it in one set, like all
Um,
those shades?
right now, we're going to do individual. And then hopefully it's going to be on a holiday set soon. But right now you can specifically pre-order individual shades, and it's going to be available like with a description and everything on my Instagram soon.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
then of course Gilda said great. Now one question from our I think viewers, but too shy to put it on the chat room. Most of the lipsticks nowadays is so disappointing, and I'm using some good words here. Disappointing because when you drink out of a cup, it has stain on the cup. It has lipstick stain. With this Roy's cosmetic, the liquid would have that effect as well.
No, because I made sure when I was testing it on lab sample, we won't encounter that. Because, like what I mentioned to you guys before, as a consumer and as a makeup artist, I encountered that problem before. So, before hitting the green light for this makeup, I made sure that I checked on every aspect that people won't have those problem when they try my product, because I know how frustrating it is when my lipstick transfer. I know how frustrating it is when a lipstick doesn't last. So taking all of that in consideration, I made sure that none of that is going to happen. So that's why it took me a year and a half to formulate, to make sure that everything is up to par, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so we're showing now how it's packaged per individual. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
Lena, is it affordable, Sir Roy? And she already said it's $19 per liquid lipstick, cosmetic, of course.
Yeah.
Now, the other is, what other products are you coming up now that you have launched the liquid lipstick?
Ooh, there's a lot in stores, so definitely stay tuned. But of course, I want to take it baby steps, one step out of a time. So, like, like I have a lot in stores, but I want to focus on liquid lipsticks first, and then go from there. Because I just don't want to bombard with everything all at once. Because for me, sometimes that could be very overwhelming. So for me, I just want to break it down to parts.
One person texted me, said, sample, sample. You guys are too much. And of course, that's up to Roy. And of course, he'll be sending some to us for sure.
Yeah.
We could show it on air. And and Roy, other than that, at least we know already the second baby. It's gonna be. You could pre-order that, by the way, guys. Like what he said, Roy said he could pre-order that on his Instagram account. And Roy, what's your Instagram account again?
Roy, the makeup artist. It's ROI, the makeup artist. And all of the photo shoot that we did for this campaign would actually be up soon. And I'm pretty sure you guys got the glimpse of it. And I had so much fun with that photo shoot because I feel like it will do the justice, because I made sure that every ethnicity was modeling my lipstick to showcase how versatile, how inclusive it is, because I want to make sure that everyone can find their shade within my lipstick. So that's why I will be forever grateful. And I take pride and joy for this lipstick because I worked so hard on this and it's finally coming. And it's just a dream come true for me. And I hope, like what I mentioned, you guys love it as much as I do.
And then, Roy, how long does it last? Because there's a question. Once we for that bottle of how long does it last, or does it depends on the usage?
It depends on the usage, but the thing about it is it's very full coverage, so you hardly can reapply, because I felt like when I was making this brand, I want to make sure that you don't have to constantly reapply because we get busy throughout the day. The last thing we want is to pull out our lipstick to just reapply every 2 seconds, So I made sure that it's very pigmented, that you don't have to reapply where you eat, you drink, you kiss someone, you it's still there. And yeah, I mean, we tested it all, and I'm very grateful that it, like stand the test of time.
Oh my God, Roy, you're doing so well. We already 1.1 thousand people watching the show,
Oh, yay!
it's
Thank
having a
you.
play. So we're getting a good hit on you. So wonderful, wonderful, and
Thank you.
congratulations. And it's also as of now, while we're still airing, we already the show is already shared 259 times.
Oh,
So imagine
nice.
that.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Thank
And
you.
if you guys have more
Congratulations.
question, now's the time. So, but yes, so definitely, hopefully you
Yeah,
guys
now it's the
support
time
my
because or
lips.
else he's not going to charge or anything because he's just a wonderful,
Then
wonderful person, and he wears
20
his heart on
pesos
his
per
sleeve.
20 pesos per question after this. I'm just kidding. No, no, no. But yeah, so
Now,
honest.
aside from this baby of yours, and you said there's more to come, what the legacy that you want to leave people when they talk about Roy Santos? How would you want people to remember you?
I want people to remember me as the humble makeup artist out there, because I had so much mad respect to every makeup artist out there. Kasi hindi naman pucho-pucho yung trabaho namin. So that's why I want to be remembered as the humble makeup artist that done all of the stars. Because ako kasi I promised myself that I would always be grateful whatever achievement I achieve, because if it's not for my team, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So leaving a legacy that's full positive is always what I'm aiming for. Kasi tao lang naman ako and I always aspire to inspire, and I would always just leave positivity out there, and I always tell people that, like, just promise yourself to be the best version of yourself at all times, because sometimes it takes an overwhelming breakdown to have an amazing and indestructible breakthrough,
Wow. Now,
which
Roy,
is true.
what else are we expecting aside from these cosmetic lines? What are the other thing that is in store for you?
I would say there's a lot more, but I can't say it yet. But stay tuned. And yeah, I'm so excited. But it's almost getting there. But at the same time, like what I always say, baby steps, one at a time. And I'll come back here again to promote it once it come out.
Oh my God, that is so exciting with all these little secrets that you're going to share with everybody. So, we already know a lot of things about Roy, about his humble beginning, about the bullying while he was growing up, and what made him the person he is today because of the challenges that he went through. And you know that he's an author, and he is really the number one makeup artist in the Bay Area, voted 3 times in a row. Can you believe that? That is already an honor in itself. And of course, now not only he did a book that's already out in the market, and you could order it through his website, which is roythemакeupartist.com, and which is his. And then, of course, you could read more about him and all his achievements in his website as well. And of course, you could follow him on Instagram, which is roythemакeupartist.com, or Roy the Makeup Artist, and also Facebook also. And definitely he will answer more of your questions if you have some more questions. And the baby that will be born on this next month, in a week's time or so, August 17, it's the
Yeah,
Roy cosmetic line of liquid lipstick, which comes
yeah.
in 5 shades, which is awesome. And it's only really $19. And you could pre-order them now. And like we said, in his website, there'll be more description on per, so at least you would know exactly what shade you would be needing. And the good thing is, I think he already in a way announced it, that he's thinking of a Hollywood package, or holiday package rather,
Holiday, yeah.
which is so
And
exciting.
And what's good about it too is people have started to message me on Instagram to ask me what shade. And what's good about it is I can personalize. If I see your picture, I would personally tell you what shade would be good for you. So it's a tailored experience because I want people to feel welcome with my cosmetic. I want people to feel included with my cosmetic. I want it to be one of a kind. So it's a good bond that we could do is when we message each other, I could tell you which of those 5 shade would suit you better. So it's kind
So,
of like
like,
a
if they message you, say in
yeah,
Instagram, if they send a picture of themselves,
yeah.
and then you
So
would be
it's a
able to say, these
VIP
are the shades that you like.
experience.
Oh, that's so awesome. It's very personalized.
I
That's
would like to, yeah, I always say that because I want my consumers to feel that, like it's not just another cash grab, if that makes sense. I want people to feel that I take pride and effort with this item, that I would take my time to look at your picture to suggest the proper or the right shade for you, because I want that experience. I want that VIP experience for you to feel when you're ordering my product.
wow. So, what aside from your new baby, anything else that you would like to share with us at this stage, or you want to hold it as a surprise?
Well, there's more coming, but I just want to make sure to say thank you to everyone, to all my supporters, because without them, I wouldn't be where I am. And I always get asked this question: what is my message to people? I
Yes.
always tell them that do not let anyone diminish your flame, and don't listen to any hate, because that does not define who you are. What defines who you are is how you get back up when life gets you down, because that's more important. for you to just, like be the best version of yourself at all times.
That
Because
is
things
so,
happen for a reason.
and that is so inspiring. And look how the adversity that you went through and what made you the person you are today. And you are, congratulations, like what I said earlier, you are one of the heroes of this generation because you're giving pride to our motherland, to the Philippines, and you're doing so well in the Bay Area. And soon you'll be very popular in the globe, in the world.
Maraming salamat po.
Yeah, and I think you are in the spot. You are the expert that you are when it comes to skincare as well as cosmetics care. And I'm looking forward to more of your products being launched and whatever help that PHLB Radio and of course alam mo ba with Jush Andowitt will be more than glad to have you to guest again. Imagine we're already going to almost our 2 hours on the
Yay!
show. And
It's
amazing,
so
you
much
guys.
fun.
Yeah, and you guys keep giving us questions, so amazing, you guys. And I cannot thank you enough time and time again with all the support we're getting from you guys. It's amazing because we are who we are because of you watching us and having guests like Roy Santos here, who definitely is a gem for our culture. And that's why this show was created because of people like him who constantly is making a difference, making a dent, and making us proud as Filipino, and especially in the States, as being Filipino American. This is the time, this is the place now that we should be heard, and we could be really, we could get the voice that we needed because of people like him. And it is such an honor and a pleasure to get to know you, Roy Santos. And kudos to your parents, kudos to your sister Danica, and of course to the love of your life, Jorge. So, Jorge, ¿cómo está? I'm so proud of what you guys have built together, and I'm looking forward to more years together and more products being introduced.
Yay.
And Roy, it was really a pleasure. It is more than happiness and joy and blessed that I felt that you
Thank you.
graced our show and expressing and answering all the questions that we have. We are already going to 1.2 here. Oh, Gilda has another question. Gilda is our very, very avid fan of all our shows here. Another interesting show, Josh. Touche. I learned a lot tonight, and thanks, Roy, for some beauty updates, especially if you're a senior like me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
More power to you, Roy, and that's what I'd like to echo as well. More power to you, and I will definitely pray that all your heart's desire will be granted, and all the awesome things that life has to offer, Roy. I think you have a good soul, you have a beautiful heart, and I think you are in the right spot. And there's like what you said, there's always a reason for everything. Imagine being bullied while in high school, and you have progressed to the person you are today. And I like the lesson that for what it's worth, aside from the beautiful product, the external product that you introduced to all of our audience today, you have that innately inside. And I like that you adhere to that. Be the best version of yourself. Every day, strive to be the best version of yourself. So maraming salamat for the almost 2 hours of you being here. I will just close the show, but hang on. I'll do we'll just chit chat a little bit after the show. So hang in there. But maraming salamat for your time, and for everybody who watched and the 75,000 who's watching us today. It's amazing. You guys are amazing, and happy viewing to our team replay. And I know the team share. Maraming salamat po. And before I close the show or any shows for that matter, I always advise and remind people to be kind. You can never, ever go wrong with kindness. And if you do an act of kindness to anyone in any time or anybody, any person, it is practically guaranteed it will come back to you. It will boomerang to you with different people, different time, different situation, and it's a guarantee. And all I could say is magandang viewing sa inyong lahat. Happy viewing. For those people who are already on your Saturday, whatever is left on the weekend, you enjoy the rest of the weekend, enjoy your family, do good, do well, love each other, and God bless us all. And those people watching me tomorrow, my other show, Dear Kuya Josh, I'll see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, you have a fabulous, wonderful, blessed, and prolific week next week. And I'll see you next Friday with a brand new show. And of course, maraming salamat, our number one international celebrity makeup artist, Roy Santos, and of course 3 years in a row. And don't forget ROI Cosmetic Liquid Lipstick being launched on August 17, and you could pre-order that on Roy the Makeup Artist now. And of course, there's the book that you should also get, and it is a life in live canvas, because we're all, as we progress, we are canvas in our own little world. And of course, be happy and do well and do good. With that, maraming salamat for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Guys, bye.